In this video, I'm going to give you an update of some new sequels and series to feature. And if they're not brand new books, some of them may be new to you, so they are still brand new books, aren't they, if they're new to you. This first series is so fun. The titles of this series are so much fun. The first one is called The Name of This Book is Secret, and this whole series is written by pseudonymous Bosch. Say that 3 times fast. There's his name right there. Oh my goodness. In the first book, Cassandra and Max find a missing magician's notebook and start to investigate the fire which burnt down his house and his mysterious symphony of smells. So kind of silly, a great escape book. Read this book if you dare. They kind of remind me of the Lemony Snicket books in the titles and the silliness of it. This one's called This Book Is Not Good for You. This one's called If You're Reading This, It's Too Late. So if you've not read the series, that book, the name of the book is Secret, or This Book is Secret, is the first one in the series. Another great series, if you're more of a realistic fiction fan and you enjoy reading stories about students in school and boys and girls and navigating romances, then Border Town is a great series for you. And I don't believe you have to read this series in order. So here's a few of them here, and there's a few more on the shelf as well. Another silly series, The Terrible Two by Mac Barnett and Jory John. This one is when master prankster Miles Murphy moves to sleepy Yawny Valley, he challenges the local mystery prankster in an epic battle of tricks. But soon the two join forces to pull off the biggest prank ever seen. And there's some other ones in the series here, The Terrible Two's Last Laugh, and a few others as well. Maybe you're more of a horror fan. Well, this is a great one. Lockwood and Company series. The first one is called The Screaming Staircase. This series is written by Jonathan Stroud. Look at the covers of some of these. Look at this one, The Whispering Skull. So the Screaming Staircase, which is the first one, follow 3 young operatives of a psychic detective agency as they battle an epidemic of ghosts in London. So if you like horror and mystery, man, that's a great one to escape into. Here's the popularity papers. These are so fun. Let me show you inside one of these. They are very colorful. It's students' notebooks, so you can see that there's handwriting, there's drawings, there's lots of color and lots of fun. The first one in this series is called Research for the Social Improvement and General Betterment of Lydia Goldblatt and Julie Graham Chang. Very long titles here. So this one is 2 best friends embarking on a project to study the behavior and taste of the popular girls at their school so that by the time they get to the next grade, they too will be in the right crowd and record their findings in the form of a scrapbook. So each of these is a scrapbook that the girls have captured their thoughts and feelings and drawings and handwriting and notes and letters. So just a really fun one to read. This one is another one that's spooky and creepy and mysterious. It's called Case File 13 is the series here. The first one is called Zombie Kid. Zombie Kid, monster-obsessed friends Nick, Carter, and Angelo are in for a hilariously grim adventure when an amulet that turns Nick into a zombie leads him on a quest to defeat the Zombie King himself. That's kind of a silly horror one. Okay, James Patterson. These are so popular, you guys. Oh my goodness. So this one is the one that started it all. Middle school, the worst years of my life. When Rafe enters middle school, he teams up with his best friend to create a game to make school more fun by trying to break every rule in the school's code of conduct. Oh my goodness. And you can see here some other ones. Get Me Out of Here. Big Fat Liar, and there's more than that even, so that's a really fun series. Gosh, we're kind of alternating between silly and light and some of these darker ones. This one is a dystopian fiction book. This one is called Tunnels. It's the first one in a series. It's by Roderick Gordon and Brian Williams. Archaeology enthusiast Will Burroughs and his father dig up an abandoned tunnel that leads underneath London. But when Will's father disappears, he goes on the hunt with his friend Chester and on the run from the strange men in tall hats. So that one's called Tunnels, and then there's one called Deeper, which is the next one, and there's a few more in the series underneath that. 2 more series to highlight here. The next one is, the series is called Ever After High. This one here, this story collection, is actually book 0. So you could read that one first if you'd like, but book 1 is this one right here, the Storybook of Legends. At Ever After High, a boarding school for the sons and daughters of famous fairy tale characters, students Applewhite and Raven Queen face the moment when they must choose whether to follow their destinies or to change them. And then finally, one more. This one's a little lighter in fantasy as well. This one is called The Hero's Guide to Saving Your Kingdom. And that is the first one in a series. There's a few others right here. Liam, Frederick, Duncan, and Gustav, all former princes who had been rejected by their princesses and cast out of their castles, encounter trolls, witches, and dragons during their quest to become heroes. So if you see one of these great series books that you want to check out today, click on the button underneath this video for a listing of all these great series and place one of them on hold today.